Well, few things give you a better night's sleep than financial peace of mind, and that includes thinking ahead to what you're going to do when it comes time to retire. Matt Dicken is the author of Retirement Planning in a New Direction, A Return to Common Sense, and he's going to help me retire at 30. Woohoo, I'm ready.
That's the plan, right?
Exactly. So what prompted you to write the book?
Well, I've had a lot of individuals over the years ask if there was maybe one resource that they could go to for advice on all things financial and how to get ready for retirement and transition from working into retirement. Obviously, we've had our educational classes that we run, our TV show, our radio show, but the book allows us to get everything in one place.
Exactly. And I think with recent economic times, people are thinking about their future financial security perhaps more than they ever have before.
Absolutely. A lot of things going on both politically and in the economy, here domestically, overseas. So a lot of people are concerned, a lot of questions, things that individuals used to do in the past just aren't working out so well today. So they're looking for new advice, and that's why we named the book Retirement Planning in a New Direction.
Okay, what would be one of the things that people used to do that you think now maybe is not the best idea?
I think individuals used to put money into investments and then just try and forget it and just kind of ride it out. You know, some years are good, some years are bad. I don't think that's a strategy that's working out too well for most people today.
The stock market? Is that what one thing you're talking about there?
Yeah, you know, a lot of times individuals try to, through diversification, and again, look at things from, you know, a long-term perspective and just say, well, some years are going to be good, some years are going to be bad. Once you retire, that's pretty dangerous. You don't have the time to make up for market losses. So one of the things we talk about in the book are ways to take less risk and have more security with your investments.
And don't you think people need to start thinking about this when they're younger? Because I know when I first got out of college, my first job, and employers are talking about your 401k, and I'm like, my 401 what? What are you talking about? You know,
right.
It's just, there's so many things that you have to keep in mind when you're 22 that are going to matter to you when you're maybe 62.
Right, yeah. The decisions that you make when you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s will have a dramatic impact once you get into your 50s and 60s as far as how much money you're going to have to spend and enjoy in retirement.
You know, one thing I like that you talk about in the book is you and your own wife when you were first married, how frugal you were. Maybe you could afford things, but that didn't mean you necessarily went out and bought them. You saved instead, and it made a difference.
Right.
Later.
We kind of talked about things that we did in our 20s and 30s to get ready for retirement, and it's all a matter of priorities and maybe setting money aside first, pay yourself first, and then over time you'll still be able to get all the things that you want.
I know one thing you said, it drove your mom crazy because you wouldn't buy a new garbage can.
Yeah,
you just used paper bags, and she said, buy a garbage can. And you're like, no, we don't necessarily need that. You saved that money instead.
Right, yeah, we had the end in mind.
Exactly. Okay, so you're signing copies of your book this weekend, and let's talk about the proceeds of this book too, because they go to some very nice charitable causes.
Right, yeah, for all of the sales that we have here through the month of December, we're donating all of the net proceeds to the Wounded Warrior Project, the Animal Care Society, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So it's a great holiday gift for those that are looking to retire at some point in the future. Or have already transitioned into retirement and are struggling a little bit. So all of the proceeds are going to be going to charity.
And here's you, and I mentioned your wife, Colleen, earlier, but there you are with a lot of great donations to Toys for Tots.
Yeah, that's the other thing that we're doing this month is our office is an official drop-off center for Toys for Tots all the way up until December 21st.
Very nice. Okay, so signing copies of the book, and you say giving that gift of financial security and peace of mind, for Christmas. Matt signs those copies Saturday at Barnes & Noble at the Summit from 2 to 3:30. You can also watch his show Sunday mornings at 10 right here on WHAS 11. Rachel?